Welcome to week 2 of month 2. If this is your first time joining, this video is part of a 12-month healing series. Each month focuses on a different layer of mind, body, spirit alignment. You're welcome to walk the whole year with us or simply take what you need today. The fact that you're here right now tells me that you are ready to make an important shift in your life. Today we're going to be talking about feeling choice in the nervous system. Last week, we talked about agency as something deeper than confidence or decisiveness. We named it as a felt sense of choice, not an idea, not a belief, but an experience your body can register. This week, we take that understanding out of the mind and into the nervous system. Because if your body does not feel safe choosing, you will default to obligation, even when you know better. You might understand that you have options, but still feel unable to access them. That is not a lack of insight, that's physiology. So this week is not about changing your life, it's about teaching your body something new. Choice does not equal danger. Let's begin by noticing what happens in your system when choice is even mentioned. As you hear the word choice, notice your body. Do you feel openness or tightening, curiosity or pressure? There is no correct response. Whatever you notice is information. For many people, choice is not neutral. Choice has a history. Choice once meant conflict, disappointment, instability, being alone, or maybe even being blamed. So the body learned that compliance was safer than choosing. And that learning didn't happen in language. It happened through experience, which means it must be unwound through experience as well. From a nervous system perspective, agency is closely linked to regulation. When the nervous system is in a state of threat, even subtle, chronic threat, the body prioritizes survival. It narrows perception. It limits perceived options. It favors the familiar. That's not a flaw. That's how survival works. So if you've ever wondered why you keep doing things you've already decided you don't want to do, that is why. The nervous system chooses familiarity over freedom when safety is uncertain. Agency cannot be sustained in a dysregulated system. So today we practice feeling choice while staying regulated. Now let's start with something very simple. Right now, let your eyes gently look around the room you're in. Name, either silently or out loud, 3 things you can see. Then notice 2 things you can hear. Then feel one place where your body is supported. Nothing to change. This tells your nervous system, I am here and this moment is survivable. Regulation comes before choice. Now, let's bring in the concept of obligation. Think of something in your life right now that you experience as a have to. Not the biggest thing, just something present. As you think about this obligation, notice, where do you feel it in your body? Is there tightening, a sense of weight, a forward push? Don't analyze, just track sensation. Obligation has a physical signature. Now, without changing the situation, say quietly to yourself, I am choosing this for now. Notice what happens. Many people feel resistance. Others feel relief, and some feel both. All of that is normal. What matters is that your nervous system just encountered choice without consequence. That's the work. Agency doesn't come from deciding differently. It comes from experiencing choice safely. Let's deepen this. A common misunderstanding is that choice should feel empowering. But for many people, choice initially feels unsettling. Because choice removes the familiar structure of obligation. And obligation, while painful, can feel stabilizing. So if agency feels uncomfortable at first, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It simply means your nervous system is learning something new. I'd like you to think of a decision you don't need to make today, something unresolved. Now tell yourself, I don't need to decide this right now. Notice your body. Does something soften? Does something tighten? This practice is not about avoidance. It's about teaching the body that pause is allowed. Agency includes the right to not decide yet. Many people rush decisions, not because they want to, but because their nervous system equates uncertainty with danger. This week we practice staying present with uncertainty without collapsing into urgency. Now let's talk about micro-choice. Agency is not reclaimed through big declarations. It's reclaimed through small, tolerable moments of choice. The nervous system trusts repetition, not intensity. Right now, notice how you're sitting, how you're breathing, where your attention is. Now choose one tiny adjustment. Shift your posture slightly. Lengthen your exhale. Move your attention to your feet. Notice the sensation of choosing. This matters. Your body just experienced agency without risk. And this is how agency is rebuilt, not conceptually, but somatically. Many people have been living in bodies that feel managed rather than inhabited. Choice restores inhabitation. Now let's connect this to daily life. Agency often collapses under stress, not because people forget the concept, but because the body becomes overwhelmed. So we practice agency inside regulation, not on top of stress. Now I'd like you to think for a moment, where in my day does my body tense before my mind says yes? Because that tension is a signal, not that the thing is wrong, but that choice may not be fully online. Let's introduce another practice. I'd like you to think of one thing you recently agreed to. Notice how your body feels as you think about it. Now imagine saying no. You don't have to mean it. Just notice the body's response. Then imagine saying yes, from choice, not from obligation. Which version feels more regulated? This practice is not about finding the right answer. It's about teaching your body to differentiate compulsion from choice, because that differentiation is the heart of agency. Now I want to normalize something important. As agency returns, you may feel grief. Grief for how long you lived without it. Grief for the parts of you that learned to comply to survive. That grief is not regression, it is integration. I'd like you to reflect on where you learned that choosing yourself was unsafe. You can think about this or you can write about it, but be gentle with yourself. This is not blame, it's about context. And as we close this session, I'd like to leave you with a simple daily practice for the rest of this week. Once a day, I'd ask you to pause and ask, what would it feel like to choose this instead of having to? You don't need to change anything. Just let your body feel the difference. Agency grows when the nervous system experiences choice without punishment. That is what we are practicing now. Next week, we will reflect more deeply on the places where agency was surrendered through language, identity, and obligation. But for now, let the body learn something new. Choice is not dangerous. It is survivable. And over time, it becomes natural. And that is how agency returns.